Hey gang, how's it going? I can't believe it's Friday already, and here we are just ahead of the Family Day long weekend for British Columbia. Good afternoon, it's Brandon Devanich from i3 Themes with this week's Interactive number 75, where we share what we're passionate about and what we've been working on in the i3 Themes Design and Code Labs. So, it's been a busy week. Not a lot of development in the design lab simply because of all the custom service requests that have been coming in. Colin did actually get probably 4 hours of work. Typically he gets maybe double that or maybe even 20 hours worth of work on a good week in development of his latest project, being Oxygen, which is the website template that he's also going to be porting over to WordPress at the same time. Not a lot of work on that. So I don't have a screenshot available of where we're at with that at this time, but hopefully next week. Although next week is a long weekend, and so we won't be in on Monday. As I said, it's Family Day, and so we're going to be spending time with our families. But we should be able to get through it and get some more development done on that. In the Code Lab this week, actually, I was able to get, in the first part of the week, a bunch of features completed up for version 1.2. It's actually been patched out to 1.2.2 already, of the Pegasaas Accelerator automated Google PageSpeed WordPress plugin. Google PageSpeed Optimization WordPress plugin. It is a mouthful. Long story short, those features are now out there, and we're taking probably about a 1 to 2 week break from developing new features. Talk about those features in just a second. In the meantime, we've been working on the Pegasaas.com website itself. We've actually revamped the entire thing. I'm a big fan of the night mode. You can probably see something like this where it's a dark themed, and it's actually really very current. A lot of programmers tend to use this, web developers tend to use this these days. And I designed the Pegasaas.com website, sort of a dark theme, very edgy. The app itself is dark, but it fits in to the WordPress sort of look and feel where the menu bars are all dark and that sort of thing. But we decided that it might be time to breathe some new life into the Pegasaas.com website. We launched a new colorization of that yesterday, I would say. It looks really very sharp. I'm very happy about it. We've also updated the what we call the Pegasaas origin story. If you've watched our videos, you probably already know the origin story and where we came from and how we started the Pegasaas plugin. But if you haven't heard the story before, you can go to pegasaas.com/about and learn all about it. And it has nothing to do with Medusa or Gorgons or swords or anything like that. As I say, it's not quite as bloody a story as the Pegasaas story from ancient Greek mythology, but it is interesting nonetheless. So we've been working on the on-site stuff for Pegasaas.com this week, and also coming up with new ideas for when we go to do the next major feature build. What's coming in that? Well, I would say that we're going to be providing CDN support, Content Delivery Network. We have that mostly built out. We just need to add in a couple more features. We are going to be adding in mobile page speed scores right into the interface so you can see what it's like on mobile, because although the scores that we have right now are fairly accurate, they're not precise for mobile. They are for the desktop, but mobile sometimes scores better, sometimes it scores worse, and really mobile is where it's at right now. Google, there's so much buzz right now out in the industry. Every day I get emails from like BuzzFeed or different platforms that subscribe for news updates, search engine land or SEO land and that sort of thing, talking about page speed, how important it is. I mean, I get emails from CDNs and hosting companies that are telling me about page speed this week, and how Google is changing things for their ranking metric, and how you really need to focus in on that by buying our product. Faster hosting. Well, faster hosting is absolutely required. If you have a slow server, you need to upgrade. Spend a little bit of money, and usually faster hosting compared to dead slow hosting is probably pretty cheap. Invest in your web hosting platform. But after that, if your pages aren't rendering as fast as possible, then you need to be looking at optimization. So there's a lot of buzz this week. Ever since probably about 2 weeks ago when Google announced that they're going to be making the speed signal part of their mobile first search index as of July. People are going, whoa, hold on. Oh, you updated the Google PageSpeed Insights tool as well. Whoa, what's going on here? Google's making a big push on this. And it's of course because you may have heard over 60% of search through Google is done on a mobile device. Mobile devices, especially on a data plan, load slower. So if your web page is slow and it has really large images and is not optimized very well, it's not good for mobile devices. And Google, they want to provide results when you go to, on your phone, what is the best way to speed up my WordPress website? Those results need to be, when you click on them, fast to load. Because if they're not fast to load, people are going to back out. If they back out too many times because the results are slow, they're going to stop using Google because they're going to think that Google's results suck. Okay? Maybe they'll go use Bing. I kind of doubt it, but I'm just saying. Google wants to provide results that are relevant, are authoritative, are fit for a mobile browser, and are fast. And if you fail on any one of those, well, first of all, you're not going to get placed if you don't have good content. You're not going to get placed if you don't have your site optimized for incoming links and your schema is all set up properly. And you're not going to get placed if you're not a mobile responsive website, especially for the mobile first index. And if it's going to take forever for your page to load, you're not going to get indexed either. Or you may be indexed, but you might not be found in the search engine result pages. So all this buzz in the last little bit because Google's making signals that, hey, it is important after all. And the big concern is that just like a few years back when they started making hints that maybe you should make sure your website is mobile responsive, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, and then they made the big change and mobile-ageddon happened. And then everybody realized, oh my goodness, my website doesn't look good in a mobile phone. I need to change because my position has dropped in the SERPs. I'm concerned that too many people are going to not catch on before it's time and that their rankings and their traffic is going to drop once things change for Google and they finally kick in on all this in these algorithms. So I know many of our customers are already on board with that. It's just about getting the word out there. In any case, so those are the features that we're going to be putting into the Pegasaas Accelerator plugin moving forward. In the last week, I went to go do my testing for what we call the recommended actions report for any pages that are not scoring very well in Pegasaas. The trouble was that I couldn't find any pages that were not scoring well. I loaded up my test bed and it was 99.8% for the entire site. I'm like, oh, how am I going to test this report if I don't have pages that are doing bad? So you have to turn off a bunch of features. In any case, that's what we're working on in the coming weeks is sort of mobile scores, CDN. We have a really great concept for image optimization that I'm not going to get too deep into until we've actually done some testing on it. We have the concept written out and it seems solid, but when we release it, it's going to be amazing. And then there are a couple other features that we've seen in some other optimization plugins and gone, really? That's how you guys implement it? I think we can do better. So we've got some really cool ideas that we're going to be implementing as well. And that's going to probably take us to the end of February. A couple of things I did want to mention about things we've seen in the industry this week, and this is kind of important if you're using WordPress. There is a Russian outfit out there that seems to have cracked our CAPTCHA system for the framework that our WordPress themes use. Darn it. Chekhov, what are you doing? I've been sending spam through so the form builder that we have for the WordPress theme framework. Woof, little hiccup there as my phone rang. That CAPTCHA is now not working. So we had to go in and figure out a solution for that. We've now added support for Google reCAPTCHA version 2. Google reCAPTCHA version 1, of course, is being deprecated in a couple weeks. So if you're still using Google ReCAPTCHA version 1 for anything, it probably will start to not work. So we now have support for Google ReCAPTCHA version 2 if you just run an update for your Aquila framework WordPress theme. So any of our Bootstrap designs that are using a WordPress theme, you can run an update, go to your form builder and change the skill testing question to a Google reCAPTCHA version 2. You will, of course, need to update or add in a site and secret key, but we have links to Google right in that form field configuration area. Also, just today, I had somebody contact us about WooCommerce. Our themes work with WooCommerce in the Pro packages, and the products weren't displaying all of a sudden. They were working before, but not now. And I said, well, did you do anything different? Oh, we updated. Oh, you updated. Okay. What did you update? Oh, WooCommerce. Oh, look at that. WooCommerce version 3.3. They made a change to make things better. Except, of course, it doesn't work in themes that rely on the pre-3.3 version of how WooCommerce works. So it's not entirely backwards compatible. Thanks, Woo. In any case, that's been patched as well. So if you're using WooCommerce with one of our WordPress themes, run an update. It should resolve your problems. Yeah. Anyways, that's what's been going on with us here at i3D Themes this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you had a fantastic week and you have great plans for the weekend ahead. As I said, it is a... Geez, another hiccup there with the phone. It is a 3-day weekend. Here, we will probably not be poking into the office on Monday because our families would probably frown on that, being that it is Family Day on Monday. Anyways, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.